Wait. Before seeing you in the next cut, we have to try something. I don't want to go for the normal route. This is classic MMOs. What the fuck? Come on. Fuck. Okay, now really see you in the next cut. Wait, no. Oh! Oh my god, get fucked, you Palisade. Eisen 1, game 0. Good evening, and perhaps even morning and afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the day number 2 of my New World adventure, which the last time was stopped in the town as we got there, because I know my MMOs. I know it was time to do some RP around town, getting to see all of the different places with the vendors and the profession guys and do this and do that, which was done. We checked out the professions and whatnot, and then we got into what we see to the right, which is this whole huge list of quests. Very common amongst these type of MMOs to have town boards, city boards, quest boards, message boards, where you go in and you take the entire fucking thing down, and you're now 12 side quests in. Some of which, of course, are much higher level than you are, so you will forget about them for hours sometimes, and you cross back at them later on, which is what's happening right now. The main quest, the only one I'm doing before I have to do this one, which is to help the settlement before I can go and talk to this guy, is to choose my allegiance between the Marauders, the Syndicate, and the Covenant. One of these three guys. Now, to a shocking turn of event and amazing writing, the Marauders are the Chads. Strength, endurance, perseverance, only the strong survive, and all that shit. And then you have the Syndicate, which is the mages, tinkering with magical powers. And then you have the Covenant, which is priests, like believers of faith and whatnot. Now, as we come back to this video, I now have a magic hand. This magic hand is called Ice Gauntlet. And then I also have a Fire Staff. So right now, for the moment, I am a mage. I don't know, though, if I want to be a mage, particularly because I want to try all the weapons, right? I haven't tried them all. Pretty much I have tried this one, the Warhammer, and that's it. That's all the weapons I've tried, so there's a bunch left. So I have no idea which one to try. So I'm just gonna go for the Marauders, just because I don't know, is this going to actually entail in the consequences of your choices? Is this going to be as bad as joining a Covenant in WoW? Am I actually gonna join a Kyrian and be stuck there for dozens of hours before I can respec to something else? You! Yep. So, this is what they do. You could have told me before I chose, by the way. Okay. Oh. Maybe I should look at this. Green is Marauders. See, nobody wants to play the Priests. Nobody wants to play the Covenant. Everyone is playing either the Syndicate or the Marauders. Okay, given this amount of population, which I'm going to assume is completely irrelevant, I'm gonna go and join the mages. Yes, I'm betraying the Chads to go and play the Virgin Spellcasters. Let's go. There you are. Like,
I see your
yes, sure.
That is the hallmark of an alchemist. Doubt, investigate, reveal the hidden truth.
Cool. You can actually flag for PvP with your faction. There is a 50 versus 50 player faction war for the territory's fortresses. Okay, this is a lot of stuff that right now I have absolutely no access to at my lobby level, so. And then there is territory control, which I've already seen. Complete faction PvP missions to retain control of a territory. Territory influence is a measure of factions' control of a territory. Controlling factions reinforce control by completing PvP faction missions. Undermine the opposing faction's territories by completing PvP faction missions within their territory. Okay, that's all cool. Oh, so this was all useless. I could have just chosen from the start like this. Oh, your choice is impermanent. You can change your faction from the bio screen once. After that, you can't change it again every... You can change it again every 120 days, so 4 months. Okay, so this is actually very Covenant-esque. Talking about WoW. You do have one free reroll without having to make you grind and stuff, and then you have to wait a while. Admittedly, you don't have to wait 120 days, to be fair. So this is even more strict, actually. Which is understandable. It is understandable given the amount of effort they are putting in splitting the factions, you know, with the faction control of the territory. It would be pretty, you know, weak if you allowed people to just flip-flop between factions whenever they wanted to. I have to explore Abadir's anger and loot any spoils I find. This place is... I saw it in the arrow. It's here. Okay. Which is... past the tutorial zone. Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Let's go. See you in the next cut. Wait. Before seeing you in the next cut, we have to try something. I don't want to go for the normal route. This is classic MMOs. What the fuck? Come on. Fuck. Okay, now really see you in the next cut. Wait, no. Oh! Oh my god, get fucked, you Palisade. Eisen 1, game 0. Now, see you in the next cut. Well, we have to stop the cut. Because we're not there yet. This is taking longer than expected. I was supposed to go here, from here, and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to my original starting tutorial zone and then bridge this gap. There is a problem. This gap is underwater and I'm drowning, which means I either have to go through here or I have to go through here. I said, let's just go this way. I'm already here, right? Yes, and then classic MMO situation. This guy. Now, I'm not an expert on New World, but I assume that guy is gonna fuck me up. That is my guess. Okay. So, we're gonna try to see if he fucks me up. Yeah, well, okay. What if I pull him and then I fuck off? Right? Because he's taking no damage, right? So, let's just run. He shot me almost for all of my HP. That was dangerous. But now I'm eating, and I can keep running. And they're not chasing any... They are chasing. And they are fast. But I am fast as well, man. I am fast. And they stopped. Cool. Safe. Have they stopped? They have stopped. Okay. Okay, now see you to the next cut. Yes, well, I am afraid I have to stop the cut earlier again because this is the situation right now. I am supposed to run this way, but I don't see a proper way, do I? Now I'm gonna drown. Oh, no. Oh my... I didn't plan for this. I didn't think this through. I admit. At least now I can breathe. Can we make it? Ah! We can! Yes! Yes! Are we through? Are we safe? And finally, now we can actually cut properly. The zone recommended level is now level 8, so we made it. We are safe. This was all planned. It went exactly as I wanted it to. And now we can start actually taking our revenge on this mean skeletons who bullied us. Ooh, cool. What is this? Well, I just said I was gonna be a mage, so... I have to defeat 15 lost, search for chests for azothoils, and then collect alchemy catalyst from the lost. Okay. And also I'm picking up some green prisma something. So as I continue to grind these skeletons, looking at some of the questions received in the previous video, one question was about stats. Well, you know, it looked like, as I pointed out at the first time, there was some cool... Whoa. There were some cool, you know, ARPG elements with some things. Like, let's go over them now. What's the weapon? Things like critical damage, multiplier, etc, etc. But apparently it looks like it's just for the weapon, not for the gear. The stats stay these. Dexterity, strength, intellect, focus, and constitution. And it seems like they are tied primarily to your weapon damage, based on how they scale. Like dexterity here gives +0 and +0, like gives nothing, but intelligence gives 1 and 1, for example. Let me train some Ice Gauntlet. Ice Tempest and Builder. A placed ice pylon that fires ice projectiles. Okay. This is Entombed. Player can entomb themselves in ice to become invulnerable. Ice Shower. Summon a shower of ice that creates a frosted area approximately 1 meter. This is Ice Spikes. Create a trail of spikes that start from the player and go out in a straight line for 8 meters. Cool. Sure. And then Fire. Pyromancer or Fire Mage. Flamethrower versus Pillar of Fire. Burnout. Dash through targets dealing weapon damage. Yeah, I see the guy. Let's try some of this out. That's cool. That looks cool. It's interesting. The shield also works for magical spells. So the staggering of the shields apparently works for magic too. Let me try the AoE one. Oh, have you seen that? The AoE spell went on cooldown because I was attacked and it cancelled it, but it still went on cooldown, so you're getting punished, basically, if you try to cast something and you get interrupted. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I noticed that basically you have, for those abilities like the spikes, you have no range. You have no range indicator, you have no... You have basically eyeball. You have to eyeball the distance to see if it's gonna hit or not. You can't know. I don't think, at least. Yeah, it seems like the shield guys are gonna shield, but only if they know they are in combat. So you get a free shot at the start before they can parry, and then you have to deplete their stamina before they can take damage, I think. I'm pretty sure I could take them from behind, right, as well. If you manage to like dodge and roll behind them or something, they're not gonna parry with the shield. Well, okay, so the quests now are a little bit more MMO stylish. That's cool. That's a cool spell. Yeah, I was saying the quests now are a little bit more, you know, MMO style. Before, the first quest of the game was kill 3 skeletons. Now I have to kill 15, and I have to find 6 of these oils, and I have to look for 6 of these alchemy catalysts. So it's definitely more standard for an MMO quest. I also noticed my mana. It might be a mistake to play with basically double caster weapons, because they all spend mana, they all cost mana, and as you see, I'm killing, you know, 10 in a row and I'm out of mana, basically. I have to wait. This is vanilla, by the way. Vanilla, wow, I have to wait to regen my mana. I would have to probably craft or cook some mana regen food. If I wanted to go for double mana weapon, I think. Also, from what I've seen, there does not seem to be anything related to instance content for the end game, but even for the early game. I think now would have been the point where... Hold on a second. I have a point here. No, that's not useful. Not really. It's long enough already, the cooldown. 10% is too low. What else? That's kind of okay. And then recover. Oh yeah, mana. Mana, please. Give me some mana. Thank you. Thank you very much. I was saying there doesn't seem to be any instance content. You know, right about now, I think, should be the time where you start, you know, being introduced to your first dungeon. You know, the classic early level dungeon, but there hasn't been anything. And when I look at the map, I see a bunch of basically invasions. If you're playing WoW, it's similar to the invasions that Blizzard has had for a while. And if you played games that made this their entire core, something like Rift, right? You have these type of invasions where you have to go in and defeat the invasion of the bad guys. That's open world, so there are invasions, or whatever the actual name is in here, of different sizes, different level requirements, level like recommendations, but no real instanced content. So it does seem, as pointed out, similar to this type of MMO. When you see these type of MMOs with a lot of, you know, emphasis on factions and zones and housing, castles, houses, proper houses, as well as these emphasis on crafting, on gathering, etc., etc., it's unlikely they will also have a lot of emphasis on PvE. They are more likely to be PvP because of the faction control, the zone control, and all of that, rather than the PvE emphasis. So that's something worth mentioning and worth, you know, considering if you wanted to play the game, because, you know, there are plenty of people more interested in PvE than PvP and vice versa. So that is a cool spell, by the way. It's the highlight so far is this mini blizzard spell when I use the ice gauntlet. Very cool. Yeah, as I was saying, it's difficult to gauge the range when you don't have an indicator, you know. You just have to eyeball it. So we're going there now. We're gonna check out that castle and see what's up before we get through all of the remaining skeletons, because the quest is done. The quest for the Syndicate initiation, and we have to walk back now. I used at the start for the first dealing in town, where they sent me out to try the campfire, to create my own campfire. I used the recall, which is basically your Hearthstone, and so far it has a 1 hour cooldown, just like back in the days of WoW. Nowadays it's like, what, 15 minutes? 10 minutes cooldown? Yeah, here is still 60 minutes, so it's a lot of running. And as I don't know if I pointed this out already, I was wondering this last video, seeing many characters at max level running around. It was kind of funny, and that's because there is no mount in the game. So far, at least, there is no mount. So regardless of your level, you're still gonna have to run everywhere. There are going to be a bunch of, you know, fast travel places, but when you are in the open world, you have to run everywhere. Even the fast travel only works if you are basically in an inn, in a rested area, so to speak. The only times you can teleport not in a rested area is if you have your recall, is if you have basically your Hearthstone, okay? So I can't enter this fort apparently. Also likely because I haven't finished my initiation with the Syndicate, so this fort should technically be claimed. Yeah, it is controlled by the Syndicate. I still can't get in because I don't think I am a member yet. So tough luck. I guess I can't. I guess we have to go home now. Man, the amount of running, man. So from here, I had to go running all the way over here, spend like 5 minutes here, and then I had to run all the way over here again on foot. That's rough. I mean, beautiful scenery, right? very pretty, but fuck me. Ugh. Finally, after 6 days, we made it back to the village, our initial village, where we should finish, I hope, the initiation to be allowed in the syndicate.
To applaud Abadyr's, why are we here? Why does Azoth grant us such feat? I humbly greet you, truth
Okay. Open the faction board. What is this? Reputation and tokens. Oh no. Oh no. It's another board. It's another quest board. Taking a PvP mission will flag you for PvP. I guess we will keep the PvP for the PvP video. Let's just say that. Faction missions. Read Gill Fishery. Procure Abadyr's Anger. Search chest of Philosopher's Stone at Abadyr's Anger. And then hunt Churro sheep. And skin them for antler. So I have to go back here again. I have to basically trace my steps back to where I came from, which means, you guessed it, more cuts. Hey, we have a new button, faction button, I guess. Oh, I guess the interesting thing to take out of this PvP flagging is that there are 3 factions, right? So there are gonna be there's gonna be like a 3-way PvP, I guess. That's right, more running. Oh man. Oh, where's my glider? I need to go all the way over there. Where's my glider? Good thing there is no fall damage at least, or very little. Ah, the atmosphere. What better time of day for killing zombies, right? Look at this. Very cool. The feet withered. I wish I was here. I guess I'm not in exactly. Yeah, I have to go all the way over there for the kills to count. There we go. Now we made it, so we have to kill them. One, two, three. So, as we continue this zombie genocide at this fishery, my main point of concern for the game, because now by this point it's a few hours I've been playing. My primary concern would be the combat, right? Because at this point, for example, we started the video and very early on I had my 3 Frost Ice Gauntlet abilities locked in. In the first video, yeah, even in my first video when I was using the Sword and Shield, I was able to get the 3 abilities I wanted basically by level 5, right? So the question is, you get all the way up to level 60, right? And there is going to be endgame content there. There is 50 versus 50 world PvP, as well as a bunch of other PvP missions, you know, for faction control that we just went over. And my main issue at that point is, you know, are you gonna have basically the same 3 abilities that you were using since level 5 and are expected to basically use them since then all the way up to the end game? That would be my worry. There you go. Now we have to go all the way over here, all the way over here, all the way over here, and all the way down. Or we could just track a straight line through the mountains, which is what you do ultimately in an MMO. Why following the main road when you can just skip everything, hiking through the hills, right? Now, if we were to find some super high level mobs, now we made it out of there alive once, it won't be a problem. Although, to be honest, it looks like we have to cross through a bunch of invasions, those red circles. Corrupted portals, I guess is the name here. Yeah, you can see that the spookiness level as we are getting closer to this very spooky place has gotten pretty much higher. Cool setting and cool scenery. That was my But my original problem I was pointing out still stands, that the combat seems to be the main issue. It seems like there is a lot of emphasis on the, you know, the social roleplay aspect of the game, kind of, and less so about the gameplay, which is also something similar I was able to see in similar games. I remember games, I played games like Black Desert that had a lot of emphasis on this social aspect. Even something like Archage had a similar aspect on the social aspect and the interaction with players, with factions or with crafting and with housing, etc, etc. But this one does as well. It's just that the combat is a little bit more simple, I guess. I have unlocked a bunch of stuff apparently for reaching level 10 duels and the first bag slot. Okay. Oh, and territory standing stuff, crafting or gathering speed. Yeah, gathering speed is gonna be helpful. That was my main concern so far has been this one. And apparently the abandoning event thing is broken and just chilling there. So as we reach this bugged part of the game, we can stop. We can take a break before we get to, guess what? Genocide, more skeletons again in the place we've just been. So that would be also pretty boring. So we will cut and come back, possibly, likely, in a different region, maybe killing different enemies and also changing weapons. Since my mistake, I went through basically the whole game with the ice gauntlet, didn't even bother with the fire stuff. So for now, we can stop here. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to support the channel, leave a like, a comment, perhaps subscribe even. See you guys soon. And in the meantime, I read they allowed you to switch between 3 weapons before they changed this in the beta. I thought that would have been much cooler, much better for the gameplay as well.